What is a credit score and why should you care? Lenders report whether you pay your bills on time to one of three national credit reporting agencies: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Some will report it to all three credit reporting agencies. This includes credit cards, department store cards, student loans, auto loans, and mortgages. So every time you're late with a payment, it goes on your credit history. The credit reporting agencies then use this information to calculate a credit score. The credit score measures your likelihood that you're going to pay your debts on time as per the agreement with the lender. Lenders will also consider your ability to repay the debt by comparing your total amount of debt, the total amount of your monthly loan payments against your monthly income using a debt-to-income ratio. Let's rephrase that. Lenders use your credit score to help determine whether to grant you credit. They also consider your ability to repay the debt by comparing the amount of your total monthly loan payments against your monthly income by calculating a debt service to income ratio or a debt to income ratio. Now, if you're late with a payment or skip a payment, even just one payment, it can ruin your credit score. Defaulting on a loan is even worse. The most common credit score, called the FICO score, ranges from 300 to 850, where an 850 is a perfect credit score. A higher credit score is better than a lower credit score. A credit score of 640 or less is considered subprime. These are high-risk forms of credit. These are high-risk borrowers. 650 to 700 is fair. 700 to 750 is good. 750 to 800 is very good, and 800 or higher is excellent. But even these days, someone with a 770 credit score may find it difficult to get a mortgage, as lending standards have tightened up quite a bit. Lenders check your credit score before issuing you any form of new credit, whether it's a credit card, an auto loan, a mortgage. Student loans are a little bit different because federal student loans don't consider your credit, but private student loans do. If you have a bad credit score, you're going to find it more difficult to get new credit, such as a credit card, an auto loan, or mortgage. So you want to have as good a credit score as possible and avoid behaviors that are going to ruin your credit score, like being late with a payment. I often hear from students who say, "Oh, I was only late with one payment." That's all it takes. You want to maintain a perfect record, not a spotty record. The cost of your loan, if you happen to be qualified for a loan, is going to depend on your credit score as well. Borrowers with higher credit scores will pay lower interest rates. Typically, the lenders will group the credit scores into 5 or 6 tiers that are 30 to 50 points wide. So 650 to 680. Adjacent tiers may have significantly different interest rates. At the lower credit scores, one tier difference can mean as much as a 2.5%. At the lower credit scores, adjacent tiers can have interest rates that differ by as much as 2.5 percentage points. Now you may think that, oh, I won't need credits, I'll just live off the grid, but your credit score can affect more than just your ability to get a loan. It can affect your ability to rent an apartment or get a job. Many landlords will check your credit scores before letting you sign a lease, because they want to be sure that you're going to make your monthly payments, monthly rent payments on time. I mean, it's very difficult for them to get rid of a tenant once they sign a lease. Employers will also review your credit history, especially for any jobs that require handling money or a security clearance. Before applying for new credit, check your credit history yourself and try to correct any errors. You will need to go to the creditor and ask them to correct the errors, but you can always put a comment adjacent to bad information to explain that the circumstances surrounding that bad information, or to explain that it's an error. If there's a genuine error, your lender should be willing to correct it. You can get a free copy of your credit report from each of the 3 major credit reporting agencies once a year. The website is annualcreditreport.com. That's annualcreditreport.com. Beware of lookalike sites that may charge you for copies of your credit reports. The annualcreditreport.com website is sponsored by the Federal Trade Commission.